What's up, everybody? It's your boy Stevie the Black. It's STEVEE the Black. I'm back, and I'm here to give you my Eagles and Broncos predictions video. Um, you know, had to work again today. It was a long shift. I'm still tired, you know. But gotta get the video out, Gotta get the video out because we got a big game Sunday against the Broncos. But before I break down the Broncos game, I want to talk about real quick what happened yesterday. So yesterday obviously was the NFL trade deadline at 4 p.m. And yesterday was a trade deadline for 4 p.m. And a lot of people, a lot of Eagles fans were thinking, we're going to get a left tackle. We're going to beef up that offensive line. We're going to get a middle linebacker to replace Jordan Hicks. But no, Eagles got neither. Instead, they decided to surprise us, and they got Jay Ajayi. Like, Jay Ajayi, you remember the guy who had a couple 200 yard rushing games last year. Has kind of had a down year this year, but technically so has LeGarrette Blount, and we're 7-1. So, I mean, if his down year is still producing wins for us, then I'm okay with that. So, Jay Ajayi, that's gonna be Jay Ajayi or LeGarrette Blount in the backfield. That's gonna be something special. As to whether or not he plays this Sunday, I don't know specifically, but at least this week is the bye week, or next week, so at least he'll have some time to go over it and study the playbook. Although it's his break, but I don't know how he wants to do that. Excuse me. With that being said, let's break down the game. So Eagles, Broncos, who's gonna win? This game is going to be very tough, and not tough offensively, but this is pretty much going to be a defensive battle. Their defensive line against our defensive line, and I believe that each defensive line will be canceling each other out. Really, to say, it's just so crazy, It's going to be something interesting. I see a lot of people think that we're either going to lose or we're going to blow them out. Me personally, I think this is going to be a close game. I'm seeing some more of a 21-13 type victory, maybe 21-14 type victory here. I just think that, it really comes down to which offense is better, or rather, which quarterback is better. And if you did not see the news, Brock Osweiler will be playing Sunday against us. And Brock Osweiler does not scare me, although he did have his best year in Denver a couple years ago. But he has not played this year so far, and, could be rusty. I don't know. But at the end of the day, who do you trust more, Carson Wentz or Brock Osweiler? Even if you're not an Eagles fan or Broncos fan, who do you trust, Carson Wentz or Brock Osweiler? See, the thing is, I mean, the defense are gonna be doing their thing, like both sides of the ball. It's just up to the offenses to do enough, just enough. And I think the Eagles are gonna have a good day today. Because, well, not today. I'm sorry. I think they're gonna have a good day on Sunday, because after the win against the 49ers, a reporter said that he went into the locker room and he saw all the offensive players, they were like kind of upset. They were kind of down, and they were like, because they didn't have their best game. The offensive line did not play well. The running game did not play well. Carson Wentz did not play well. And so, they were down on themselves and they were really upset. Thank God that we have an amazing defensive line that it was able to hold us up and keep us in the game. Because, if we didn't have that, who knows what would have happened. So I think the Eagles bounce back. I think the Eagles offense looks much better. We may still only be 5 of 11 or 5 of 12 on third down, because like I said, it's going to be a defensive battle. But I think the Eagles bounce back. I think the offense, rather. Defense, I think, keeps playing at a high level. Um, I think there's going to be a couple takeaways from our defensive side. Like I said, it comes down to really whose offense is better, and our offense is better. Their offense is C.J. Anderson, and we're number one against the run. You stop C.J. Anderson, they're done. You know, Patrick Robinson's playing, so that's good. You know, our cornerbacks, everyone was worried about our cornerbacks. I don't know if Darby's playing. He may not, which is kind of sad. But if not, then hopefully he's good for the Dallas game. Again, I don't know if Jay Ajayi is going to be playing, but if not, then at least he should be ready for the Dallas game, which is going to be an important game. That game right there, if we win that game against Dallas, that pretty much locks up the division right there. That means we're 4-0 in the division, and it pretty much locks it up. So, but I believe the offense has I believe Carson Wentz and the offense redeemed themselves. But like I said, it's going to be a defensive battle. It's going to be a battle of, what do you call it? Of which offense can do just enough. And I believe the Eagles offense can do that, especially if Jay Ajayi plays. So with that being said, that's pretty much about it. I know this video is kind of short, I know, but it's really all that much to it. I know a lot of people were disappointed that we didn't get a left tackle. Me personally, I am kind of upset because this team is special, right? But at the end of the day, people have been getting hurt all year, and we've been able to overcome them injuries. Now, some of them aren't coming back, like Peters and Hicks, but we really haven't really played with Hicks all year, and whoever steps in, even if it wasn't Big V, wasn't going to be Jason Peters. So at the end of the day, I say, let's give Big V another chance. I mean, because the whole offensive line played bad. It wasn't Big V, and he actually, dare I say, played better than Lane Johnson, because Lane Johnson was playing bad on Sunday. So I think that we just need to give him a chance, you know. And like I said, this team is special. It's been next man up all year, and there is a reason why we are 7-1, guys. Like, we haven't been a complete team all year. We haven't. So let's just keep believing in this team. You know, a lot of people still doubt us. A lot of people still think the Cowboys can come back and win this thing. A lot of people think that, you know, this is just a mirage. You know, they said the same thing, and I'm gonna take you to basketball here. They said the same thing about the Warriors and the Cavaliers in the finals last year. They said, oh, remember when the Warriors went up 2-0 last year? Oh, yeah, what happened? Well, if Draymond doesn't get suspended, then I think the Warriors win the series. But we all know what happened. The Warriors ended up losing. So what do people say this year? Oh, remember what happened last year? The Eagles started off 3-0. They started off hot, but then they just ended up 7-9. They just crashed and collapsed. Well, how many times are you going to keep saying that? The Eagles are 7-1. Like, are you going to keep doubting us? Like, even today on First Things First, Nick, I believe his name is, he was basically saying that he doesn't think the Eagles are a top team, and that 8 other teams in the NFC are better than the Eagles, are more Super Bowl bound. Like, I'm not saying we're going to go and win it, but I'm saying, how dare you put 8 teams ahead of us, including the Panthers, who we beat. So, like, Seattle, I understand. Saints, because of Drew Brees. You're going to put the Vikings in front of us? We beat the Vikings last year. You're going to put Atlanta in front of us? We beat Atlanta last year. And this is both when we were a bad team last year. And you're going to put them in front of us? He even put the Cowboys in front of us. Like, they do not have Ezekiel Elliott, as far as I know. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Zeke's still suspended. I don't think he got the injunction or whatever. I don't know. At this point, it's like kind of getting on my nerves. But, I mean... And he even admitted, he said when the Cowboys were on their run last year, that he didn't think that they could be knocked off. He thought that they were going to go all the way. Is it really bad that the Eagles are a good team? Like, I said it in my last video that when the Eagles were 7-1, oh my God, the world is coming to an end. It's literally like every world is coming to an end. Is it really the bad thing if the Eagles are a great team, or one of the top teams in the NFL? Is that really a bad thing? Like, that's just ridiculous. On my throat, I need to get something to drink. I had a little tingling in my throat, you know. But with that being said, again, that's about it. I think the Eagles win 21-13 because the offense is going to make more plays than their offense. Because at the end of the day, I trust Carson Wentz over Brock Osweiler. And with that being said, that's about it. Let's go Eagles. Let's go into the bye 8-1, and let's show the rest of the world. Let's keep proving people wrong because until we get to the playoffs, they're gonna keep doubting us. Matter of fact, even when we get to the playoffs, they'll probably still doubt us. So let's just keep proving people wrong. Let's keep telling them we are not the same team from last year, but better. Let's show them why we got to 7-1. And even if we lose, which we won't, but even if we lose, we're still atop the NFC East. The Cowboys got the Kansas City Chiefs. You think they're winning that game? The Redskins got the Vikings. We'll see. I don't know. And the Giants have the Rams. You think they're winning that game? We'd still be ahead of the NFC in front of everybody in the NFC East. We may not be the number one seed anymore, but we would be still ahead of everyone in the NFC East. But I think we are going to win because I know we are going to win because at the end of the day, I believe in that. I believe in number 11, and that's Carson Wentz. So with that being said, that's about it. So until next time, and if you're not down with that, I've just got 3 words for you. Fly, Eagles, fly. Peace out, y'all.